What's going on today? We are trying to bring awareness to the murdered, missing Indigenous women and girls. Our awareness walk just wants to bring some true facts to mainstream, whereas Indigenous women and girls, unfortunately, are murdered 16 times more than mainstream girls. The statistics are outrageous. Right now there's 1,000 women and girls missing, but there are estimates up to 3,000. Our whole purpose of today is to make the district aware, all the highway people aware, our community aware that enough is enough. The violence will end. Women will be fully empowered. Our chief and council right now is led by 3 mothers, and that's incredible. We have an incredible focus on the empowerment of women and girls, and we also are going to bring an initiative forward about missing and murdered men. That emblem for the women, it's a red dress. For the men, it's a blue jean jacket. At our community, we have lost both men and women to murder and violence. Right now, we currently have 2 men that were murdered 20 years ago, unsolved. We have another woman here murdered 35 years ago, unsolved. Enough is enough. We are here to stand before everybody that's here, representing 5 different schools. We are here to say enough is enough.
It's very humbling to be here because it's a very tragic occasion, but seeing all of these people, especially the young people in their colors, coming out to walk together to raise awareness of the murdered and missing Indigenous women and girls and Two-Spirited people, it really gives you a sense of community. And of course, this community is Rainy River First Nations. I'm from Fort Francis, but this type of thing brings communities together, and there's people here from many communities. And I'm really honored that Chief Horton invited me to come, and I'm looking forward to being part of this march. I think it's important that everybody gets out and does something to raise awareness.
This is a monumental day for Rainy River First Nations, Manitou Rapids, because this is the public acknowledgement. This is the line in the sand we are drawing. We are saying enough is enough. I have a 15-year-old daughter. I wish for my daughter to be able to grow up in Thunder Bay, in Winnipeg, Fort Francis, without the fears of being apprehended, taken, murdered. Our community is standing up today. It's absolutely monumental that we have, this is the largest community event we have had. Our members, our chief and council, they've all said enough is enough. I just really want to say thank you. I really want to extend a welcome here for all of our visitors, all of our friends, neighbors from the district, other First Nations. Just want to, on behalf of Rainy River First Nation Chief and Council, we just wish to welcome you all to our beautiful, our humble, and our sacred First Nation. I still truly am at a loss for words. I truly don't understand how today has come forward, but all I know is that our prayers, our tobacco offerings, our pipe ceremonies, they've all made this day come forward and come to being here today. The spirits are listening to us. We are sitting here in one of the most beautiful days of our early spring. And I am overwhelmed with the feeling of support and love and respect. It's phenomenal to feel that. When I hit the crest of the highway up here by the Veterans Monument, and I looked backwards down towards the train tracks, immediately my heart was just racing with incredible love, positive spirit. It really was a beautiful thing to see. And I really want to welcome you all to our very first, our inaugural MMIWG awareness walk today. And as a part of our day here, we absolutely appreciated Miss Jessica Wilson coming forward and having some opening remarks for us at the drum room. Right now, I'd like to call up and ask one of our esteemed elders of our community, of the district, obviously Treaty 3 as well. Miss Laura has been on this community for 35, 40 years, not too sure. But I have to admit, she is highly regarded for her knowledge and her wisdom. Miss Laura?
Aho, bojunen do imaginaduk, ginui quayandago, makwando dem, mantu boatagun and donji, talita dene nishnabe quayandao. Aho, miigwech. I'm still waiting, kids. Yeah, this is number 1. We're here because of missing and murdered Indigenous women. One way that we go missing, because I am an Indigenous woman, is by people not listening to our voices. One way of us going missing is because somebody else steps on our toes. Steps on our words, steps on our being, steps on our history, steps on us. Within this group here, we've got so many hundreds of people here. Woo! I'm so happy you're all here. And so, yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. Yeah. You are all part of the reason why we now recognize in this most phenomenal country that we have, we call Canada, we recognize missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls and relatives. It's not just us women. Our men are going missing. We have community members who have gone missing, and when they were found, it was not a happy day. We want to remember everybody. This work that you are doing tells me that you are part of that growing number of Canadians and people around the globe that are saying, enough. Miu. No more. No more violence. No more thinking I am worth so much that I could beat you up and be mean. I could be a bully because I'm stronger than you and I've got more words than you. And that's what happens in schools a lot. But you people here, all of you, adults, children, everyone, you're saying enough of that. We know that our teachings are all about kindness and balance. We need to be strong enough to say in a hallway in a school when you see somebody being bullied or being treated badly, or you yourself are about to say something that is mean, and you bite your tongue and you say, oh, I could have, but I won't. That is who you are to be. And so I came on, I want to share a little bit of our creation story because they're similar all the way across the globe, and I have been around the world and heard many creation stories. One of them, and I won't be long because we got to have that most beautiful medium there. We want to have our lunch. But in the creation story, we're told that just before we actually come to the earth, just before we're born, we sit with the Creator. Are we listening? We're sitting with Gage Manadu, and he asks, what do you want to do while you go down to the earth? What do you want to do when you want to be born into this world by the parents that you choose? And you tell them, oh my gosh, I want to go to Donald Young School. I want to go to Pegamagabo. I want to be a mom. I want to go ride a four-wheeler like those kids that were over there. They were having so much fun. I want to dance at the powwow. I want to climb Machu Picchu. I want to jump out of a plane. I want to do so many things. I want to touch the earth and feel everything that is going on here. And Creator says, Ah, man, that's beautiful thoughts. And that I hope you do that all, because when you finish walking on the earth, you come back and you tell me. Tell me about what it is that you did. Some of those people that have come down are going to have to go back and say, oh, I was mean. I did some horrible things. And I want to remind you guys, those 4 gifts that Creator gave us when we came, our name, our language, our clan. The 4th one was choice. You choose every day whether you're going to have a good day or whether you're going to have a bad day. Some things will come at you and they may upset you, but you do your best to work through it and you go get help. And you don't let it build and build and build till all of a sudden you just explode. And man, I have done that several times in my life. When you do explode, you go back and say you're sorry. You do that choice. So I'm going to sing that song again for you that we learned. Who were here in the fall? Raise your hand if you were here. Ah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. There's some more. In the fall, I taught you a song, and it's called Bimatsuin Minnow Bimatsuin. Life, good life. Boshkegin wazichigewan. It's up to you what you will do. Well, that was in the fall. Now we're a little bit smarter. Now the song is, it's up to me what I will do. I choose. You guys can all walk. You just proved that. You were phenomenal. I got pictures to prove it. It was beautiful. And that you choose how you behave, how you listen, how you act, how you respond, how you solve problems, how you figure your way in through a mathematics test, everything that it is. You choose when you see something going on wrong, whether to step in and say, enough, enough. I choose kindness. Okay? Are you wanting to sing today? Yeah? Yeah, well, I heard a yeah over here, so you guys are just going to have to jump in and go for it. Okay? That's the way I am, eh? Anyways, my drum's over there, and we're just going to go. Bimatsuin. I'm going to sing it first, listen, and then I'll tell you the words and you can jump in. Minnow bimatsuin, bimatsuin, minnow bimatsuin, boshkenin, wizichagean, minochagein, bimatsuin. Life, good life, life, good life. It's up to you. Oh, it's up to me what I will do. I'll do good things with life. And then the last one is you can just sing and hum along. Way ah, way ah, hey ah, way ah, way ah, hey 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 ah. Bimatsuin, minnow bimatsuin. Bimatsuin, minnow bimatsuin. Little louder. Again. Bimatsuin, minnow bimatsuin. Boshkegin, boshkegin. Wizichagewin, wizichagewin. Minochage, minochage. Bimatsuin. Life, good life. Let me hear some voices. Life, good life, life, good life. It's up to me. It's up to me what I will do. Oh, do good things. Do good things with life. With life. Okay, way up. Way up. Way up. Hey up. Way up. Way up. Hey up. Way up. Hey up. Way up. Hey up. Way ah hey ah, way ah hey ah. With this song, guys, There's a little girl, she was 14 years old, she wrote a letter. And basically the letter was, I am an Indigenous girl, and I go to school and I have a good life and I have good parents and I do things the way I want to. But I know that when I walk down the street, people are looking at me funny. And I know by statistics, I may get murdered, abused, and disappear. If I do, here's my picture. Take it with you and post it, because I did not want to go. So guys, everybody wants to live to be at least as old as me, and maybe as old as Dorothy, because I know some of the kids were asking, how old is she anyway? And then how'd she get out of, like, how did she do it? That she must have had a heck of a life. Like, was she born like in the 1800s? So no, early 19, but yeah, it's been a while. And that she's doing really good, eh? And we all want to have birthdays. We want to have lots of them. And so for that, think about how many birthdays do you want to have when you go back to the Creator and say, I was a supporter of missing and murdered Indigenous women. I was a supporter of Earth Day and of Orange Shirt Day. And I did all the things I could because global warming is hurting us. I did everything I could, and I went and did all those other things too. And I had how many birthdays? I don't know, as many as you can. But there's a special person here today who we need to all sing happy birthday to, because today is his birthday. Woo! It's for Chief Marcel. Okay, now I really want to hear your voices. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Dear Chief Marcel, happy birthday to you. And for all of them who did not get it, we just send prayers for those that they may do well. Miigwech, Marcel.
Miigwech, Miss Laura. Really appreciate that. Thank you. We'd like to call up, ask one more person to come up and have a couple of words here with us today. This gentleman we reached out to, and we had asked him if he would be interested in coming to support our event here today, MMIWG awareness. As soon as the phone rang, the answer from Mr. Halakis was instant. He was instantly in support of our awareness walk. And I made a comment earlier that Mr. Halakis, I have a long relationship with Mr. Halakis. It goes back to the mid '80s, and Mr. Halakis took care of us in the Fort Frances High School. And Mr. Halakis is one of the most true human beings. I walked up here with him, and we were both in tears as we were walking up here. But I very much would like to ask the Fort Frances Mayor to come up here, please.
First of all, Marcel, Chief Marcel, thank you very much for those kind words. Secondly, Laura is a very, very hard act to follow, but I'll do my best. Bonjour, and a great big miigwech to Chief Marcel for inviting me to share this day and share this walk with you. It's all about awareness of murdered and missing Indigenous women and girls. And as I was walking up here with some of you and chatting, I noticed when we got to the highway that the OPP had stopped traffic. So people were aware of you. They saw your bright colors. They saw us marching. They saw what a beautiful day it was. And they were aware, and they're going to take that away with them. Today is all about awareness. Today is the National Day of Awareness and Missing and Murdered
Indigenous women and girls. And we have come together because of the horrible crimes, violence, and actions committed against Indigenous women and girls. There has been an epidemic of violence against Indigenous women and girls. Indigenous women and girls make up roughly 4% of the population of Canada, but they comprise 16%, 4 times as much, of all women murdered. This is between 1980 and 2012. And Indigenous women and girls are 3.5 times more likely to be victims of violent crimes, and the violence that they face is more severe than others. This violence must stop. And you are here today doing something about it, and I applaud you for that. It's up to us. It's up to every one of us to help make it stop. And the first step in doing so is awareness. That's what we're doing. The epidemic of violence against Indigenous women and girls has been described as a national crisis, and it is. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission supported the call for a national public inquiry into the disproportionate victimization of Indigenous women and girls. And in response to calls for action from Indigenous families, communities, organizations, non-governmental agencies, and even international groups, the Government of Canada finally launched an independent national inquiry into murdered and missing Indigenous women and girls in 2016. But this is not enough. Much more important, and I believe more effective, is the grassroots movement that you are doing. The grassroots movement that has evolved to raise awareness of the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls through marches like the ones occurring today across the country, as well as other activities. Through marches like this one, we are raising awareness, and through the awareness that these marches generate, we will stop this senseless violence. We must never forget what has happened to our missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls, but we must also take action for change. And we must see that there is justice for the murdered and missing mothers, wives, daughters, sisters, aunties, nieces, cousins. We must remember not only today, but every day. And the responsibility falls to each one of us to do something. It doesn't have to be something large or difficult. It can be a single act. Let's all of us make ourselves a promise that we will do at least one thing. Talk to a friend or relative, march, write a letter, lobby a politician, speak up when you witness violence or verbal harassment. Make a donation to a nonprofit group that assists victims of violence. There's all sorts of little things that we can do. Individually, we are powerless to stop the violence, but together we can make a difference. And a final note, the first speaker, Jessica, mentioned this, and I was greatly heartened by it. This just happened on Tuesday of this week. The House of Commons adopted a motion on unanimous consent calling on the federal government to declare the ongoing violence against Indigenous women and girls a national emergency. This motion was started by one person, MPP Leah Gazon. But since Tuesday, just a few days ago, it's gathering momentum. The Native Women's Association of Canada, other Indigenous organizations, and Canadians from all walks of life are supporting this call to action to the federal government. One person can make a difference. You can make a difference. miigwech, and thank you.
Miigwech, Mr. Halakis. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm standing beside a red dress, jingle dress here. One of our community elders, incredible artisan, Viola Medicine, is the one who made this beautiful jingle dress. All of the jingles on this dress, there's a name. Every one of these women are no longer here. They have now crossed over into the spirit world. Unfortunately, there was a lot of violence attached to that. Deborah Souls, Margaret Gulai, Sylvia Dubachi, Shelley Anderson, Cheryl Duck, Mary Smith, Bernadine Quaisance. I only mentioned 7 or 8 names, but if you can imagine, there are well over 1,000 women and young girls who have unfortunately been taken from this earth through violence. Ada Brown, Cheryl Black, my apologies, I digress. We're going to carry on this awareness next year, the year after, the year after, and the year after. I wish to stand here and I wish to applaud another Métis artisan named Jamie Black. I've never met Jamie. I don't know where she lives. She could be here, I wouldn't know it. But in 2010, this red dress initiative here that belonged to her, she is the one who brought this forward. "13 years later, Mr. Halakis just referenced, as well as Jessica earlier, the House of Commons in Ottawa, the big house, they unanimously passed the resolution that finally declared MMIWG a Canadian emergency. Could I please have a round of applause, please? Our efforts are progressing. We are moving forward. However, unfortunately, it's at a snail's pace. It's not moving as fast as we wish. But I just really want to say thank you for everybody who has come out here to join us today. This is the most beautiful, most humble beginning to an annual awareness walk. From the bottom of my heart, on behalf of your council, your chief, I really want to say thank you for everybody who has come out here to join us. Say thank you to all of our local schools. Thank you for our entrusted Treaty 3 Police, Ontario Provincial Police. Wish to say thank you, Tunnel Island Media, come here to help us out. Miigwech to all the elders, our sacred drum behind us, our knowledge keepers. I truly apologize if I have forgotten somebody. Sorry. Threadshed, thank you kindly. Thank you kindly, Kathy. Appreciate that. We're gonna go into our meal portion of the day. I thank absolutely thank the cooks, thank the transition center people. Thank you for everybody. Putting on an event like this, it just doesn't happen in the dark shadows. It takes a team of people to put an event like this together, and we truly are humbled and blessed that you're all a part of it with us. I truly wish that I could have continued read the names of the jingle dress. There's over 1,000 families right now. There's a missing person at their kitchen tables, dining room tables. We are missing 1,000 mums, grandmothers, nieces, cousins, sisters. 1,000 of our First Nation women are no longer here. And that's the purpose of today. They may not be here, but their memory will not die. We will carry this on. My son is 12 years old. My son will be helping at this awareness walk down the road. I wish for a world where our girls are safe and our men are safe. Whew. We want families to heal. We want families to have that time to grieve. And we also want to be the support to help those families empower themselves and take themselves into a new era. And it's 2023. Enough is enough. Miigwech.